Greetings, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary, and today we're gonna chat just a little bit more about AI and INFJs. Hey, bunch of letters coming your way. Whoa. One of the more, I did a quick scan. I did have something I wanted to talk about, but I totally forgot what it was. That's okay because basically we just open the gate and the abyss wells up, and that's what you get here. So I did have a quick look, did a quick search, and I have seen a video. I have not watched it. It's called, Why the AI Knows INFJs Better Than Any Human Ever Could. I'm not clicking on it. I know the guy's channel. He's a wonderful fellow, very gentle and kind seeming. I don't honestly really get that much from his content, though. It's too feely for me. And you might go, oh, but you're a feeler type, visionary. You're feeling dragon, right? Yes, I am. But when things go past a certain threshold, yeah, I'm not into it. I don't want to be overly, I don't like being overly feely. It's more like a prison that I have to deal with. Oh, and also a tool, as I was pointing out in the last video. It's a tool we use to cope with reality. Anyway, how is it that the AI could know you better than another human being? Well, let me tell you how it works. First of all, you have a probability distribution. Every AI is created from that. It's created from trillions of tokens or words or ideas, parts of words. Might be the whole history of the internet. Might be the whole history of Reddit. Who knows? All of it goes into the soup. And in the process, they cast a spell. Basically, I think it's basically a spell. They create a sigil and then they apply energy to the process, and you get AI. And people go, well, no, it's actually technology. Is it? Is it? Yes, it's technology, and so is the kind of magic spells I'm talking about. Separate topic, though, because we're going to just talk about the Shoggoth that's been created, the AI. Now, I use AI. I use AI. I will tell you what I'm not into. I'm not into just chatting with the AI for no reason. I'll tell you why, and it gets to the point that I'm trying to make. Basically, the AI will just reflect yourself back to you. So it starts as this probability distribution, but with the very first words you put into it, the probabilities become increasingly narrow, to the point that the longer you talk to it, the more it has absolutely honed in on who and what you are, what you want to know, what you're about, and it reflects reflects yourself back to you. Now, this can be quite valuable. It's good for solving problems, as I mentioned in one broadcast. I do like to use the AI for analyzing I Ching readings. I think it's very useful for that. But always with that in mind, that you're not really getting a perspective that does not relate to yourself, okay? Maybe a possibility would be if you come in on someone else's conversation and start talking, but I wouldn't be surprised if we will adapt to you very readily. Now, um, so how is it that the AI could know an INFJ better than any human? Well, because first of all, we're quite mysterious, especially to other humans that don't actively use the introverted intuition function. Now, some of the ones that are familiar with it can relate to us, but we can also butt heads, and that would be like your INTJ, you know. And as much as I think Ren, well, he's very into introverted intuition as a course of study, and that would include the INTJs. It's their dominant function as well as ourselves. But the way they are as people is not even remotely similar, to the degree that I would really hesitate to get into a serious, like, romantic relationship with an INTJ. I might partner up with one to get some stuff done. They are fascinating people and wonderful people. I'm not talking them down. I'm just saying that an INTJ isn't going to reflect yourself back to you very well, because they're using the introverted intuition, but all the other apparatus that they're engaging with is different. So they don't have that extroverted feeling thing, which is, it's practically our defining trait in a way, because it's very difficult for people to understand or comprehend what introverted intuition is. So they'll hook into various other aspects. Now, one thing I don't think is difficult is for AI to understand what introverted intuition is. And if you look at one of my most early and popular videos on the channel about how I thought AI was very similar in its operation to the INFJ mind, and that is in that we also use a cloud, a probability distribution cloud, in the form of introverted intuition. Intuition itself being this vast sort of ocean of information, or you could think of it as an abyss of information and possibilities that is activated when intention is introduced. This could be conscious intention or unconscious intention, by the way. This is one of the factors that means sometimes ideas will just pop into your head, and I touched on that briefly in the last broadcast. It's not always intuition isn't always a thing where I want to know about this and you get an answer. Yes, it quite often does work that way, but it also many times ideas will pop into your mind, and you start pursuing them and thinking about them. So it functions in that regard as well. And that's way more mysterious, and it's way more tied to the unconscious functions of our mind. Now, one idea I heard a long time ago that I entertain subscribing to it, as I've told you in our broadcast about belief. I don't really believe in anything other than I know for a fact that I exist. Everything else is open to question. Could be a dream, could be an illusion, could be whatever. Don't know. Could be a movie, a movie from the future that's being played to my sleeping body in some sort of capsule. I don't know. I don't know. I do know I exist, though. That's a for sure. That's a given. How an I actually functions, I don't really know, and I have to give it to Ren. He gets a lot of credit from me for applying his mind to that particular problem, and I'll definitely be reading his book when he writes it. That said, it won't be as helpful as the previous two. The first one basically outlining the structure of our alienation from others in great double alienation, actually, in great depth and detail. Ren Cortani, something like that. You'll find him. He's around. Just put Ren INFJ. He'll come right up if you're not familiar with his channel. He's one of the best out there because unlike a lot of these other channels, not including the one with the AI knows us better than any other human being. He's a good guy. He's got a good channel. I'm not talking him down in any way, shape, or form. What I am saying, though, is that it's a little too reflective. It's a little too insular. The INFJ, talking to the INFJ, is a mirror reflecting a mirror, and that is something you should know. And this is one reason, yes, you could have a romantic relationship with another INFJ. I have a close friend who's an INFJ. I mean, we're pretty close. We've been through some stuff together. It's not like we talk every day, though, but we know each other. And I couldn't imagine actually being in a romantic relationship with her. It would just not. It wouldn't work because we just reflect each other back, and I don't know. That's not really a great basis for a relationship with a human being or with the AI. So if you're having a relationship with the AI, cut it out. I mean, come on, it's a waste of time. First of all, maybe something, it happened all the time. I ask it to help me solve a problem, and then I figure out a different solution to what it suggested. And I want to go back into that thread and say, hey, this is what works, but you know what? It does not care. It really honestly doesn't. If it will not say, I don't care. It'll say, well, that's awesome. But it doesn't care. It's not a human being. It's just a mirror. It's just an echo. And until they come back with another broadcast, INFJ, Keep on keeping on.